Today we find ourselves back with the Sanhedrin. We've been here before. Jesus was presented before the Sanhedrin. Peter spoke before the Sanhedrin. And now we have, again, Paul before the Sanhedrin. Now, it's been years since he's been in Jerusalem. Remember, he was out on his various missions. And so now he is returning to Jerusalem. And we hear that he is brought before the Sanhedrin, this group of Sadducees and Pharisees. And we hear their theological differences in our first reading today. The Pharisees believed that there's a resurrection. They believed in angels and spirits, and the Sadducees didn't. Like that joke you're sick of me talking about. The Pharisees believed in a resurrection, and the Sadducees didn't. That's why they were sad, you see. So we hear about how Paul says, hey, I'm a Pharisee too, and how a great dispute arises among them. The Sadducees and the Pharisees are at odds with each other, so much so that Paul needs to be rescued and brought safely somewhere else. So what's interesting is Paul seems to be on the same page as the Pharisees, but there's one fundamental difference. The type of hope that he believes in, that Paul has, as compared to the Pharisees, is totally different. You see, Christian hope is not like a wish or a hope at something just at the end of life. For the Pharisees, they believe in a hope that at the end of time they will be risen, they will arise. Paul is preaching a different type of hope. Not a hope that's a wish for the future or sometime down the road, but a hope that he can live in now. A hope that he has come to know. Christ, who is his hope. And so I love the idea in Spanish of the word hope is esperanza, which is the same word as waiting. And the idea is that in Spanish it's easier to grasp that hope is something that we are living in right now, that we are actively participating in, rather than something that's a nice wish down the road. He is confident, Paul is confident in hope now. He's living out of this hope that he has come to know Jesus in a real way and knows that God is going to take care of him. It's not a wish, it's a lived reality, a hope that he is leaning into and present to in this very moment. So we hear at the end of this reading today, Paul is reassured by God, look, take courage, I am with you. So as we near the end of this great book of the Acts of the Apostles, it's a great reminder for us that what inspired these apostles all throughout this story, what has pushed them on, encouraged them along the way, is this hope and this knowing that Christ is alive now. And how can we today live into that hope that is present to us and offered to us just as it was offered to the apostles?